Utopia is perfect, but not in the way you think. Utopia has a lot of flaws, but I think it holds a perfect quality that a lot of albums in the year of 2023 just don't have, and that quality is the album experience. Now I know what you're thinking, what on earth are you talking about, what kind of pretentious is the album experience? But hear me out. When was the last time an album had some serious discourse and conversation around it? Well, I think SOS by SZA, Mr. Morale, Renaissance and Dawn FM all had a decent bit of staying power and talk around them, but not quite the level of excitement and hype that Utopia has had around it. We are probably looking back at the whole Dondaverse Certified Lover Boy thing in 2021, the last time any albums had this much discussion around them. And I think we will be talking about Utopia for a long time. It's already had a lot of staying power in the charts over its first few weeks. I mean, my girlfriend doesn't even listen to albums and isn't a huge fan of Travis Scott, and even she decided to give Utopia a listen because she knew it was this huge moment with all the excitement and build up that came along with it, and even she came away loving a few tracks. But even thinking about this year, Gunna, Young Thug, Little Uzi, all mainstream artists who have dropped albums, but is anyone really talking about them? Like, really talking about them? Apart from Fuck You Mean by Gunna, which is a big hit. Young Gunna want that back calling me splurge, ride me jump right off the curb. I feel like there isn't really any conversation around these albums, and I feel like everyone just moved on within a matter of weeks, which feels like the norm in the industry nowadays due to the streaming era. Well, Travis is an artist who'll get you to tune in, no matter how you feel about him. To get you to talk about his album, to create the hype, and to create an album that actually feels like a cohesive album. Something a lot of mainstream artists aren't doing, which is sad. We won't speak about these two, but Rodeo is one hell of an experience, the psychedelic trap production is a staple at this point, and some consider it one of the best albums of the 2010s. Then we have Astroworld, which a lot of people consider to be like the best first listen ever. With all the hype, hidden features, music videos, Drake.
Yeah, Drake? Drake?
Astro felt like a rollercoaster ride, and even if you weren't a huge fan of it, you can't deny the album just had something. It was an experience. Well, Utopia is no different. Firstly, the rollout, which was delayed by a certain elephant in the room, but the briefcases, the billboards, the lack of info, everyone was talking about this album for like 4 years before it was even released. Then we get the slow drops of the 5 different cover arts, we get that Circus Maximus movie, which was only released in America. Travis just knows how to make an album feel like a moment. Then the album drops and the hidden features are back from Astroworld, and this is something that more artists should take advantage of. The big 3 I remember doing it were of course Astroworld, Ego by Tyler the Creator, and I'm pretty sure the Off Season by J. Cole done it. But it builds a lot of expectation and excitement around the album, and well, creates moments like this.
Track 3.
Astro.
Oh, wait!
Yeah.
Wait!
Sun
And I'm sure all of us had those moments with Utopia, whether it be hearing that 2-second Sampha verse on My Eyes, hearing Drake, or even hearing SZA come in on Telekinesis. And yeah, with a Travis album you are expecting these huge artists, but seeing everyone go crazy on the timeline is something that was there for literally every track on the album. And you know, a lot of albums nowadays, you know exactly what to expect. Nothing boundary pushing, just the norm, which in turn creates a lack of conversation. You know those albums where it's like, that was cool, and then you never really talk about it again? Well, Travis always creates an experience that's just impossible to ignore. You know, there's always going to be creativity, ambition, and even some curveballs in there. That's why Utopia has moments, like Tizo Touchdown on Modern Jam, SZA on Telekinesis,
I can get it now, don't you? I just want it all.
or even West Side Gun on Lost Forever.
Hey yo, whip the cocaine to the pop bus. You was on the porch, I was locked up.
But these moments don't just come from the features, which a lot of other mainstream artists rely on. Just look at Travis's last verse on My Eyes.
Look in my eyes, tell me your tale, do you see the road? I'm out to my soul, and tell me the size whenever.
How about his performance on Hyena?
Buy never Lisa, but I got a Lisa mobile Mona type of pieces, man, gala night, Jesus.
Or how about something as simple as the Black Skinhead sample on Circus Maximus? Even something like the transition from Sirens to Meltdown allows Utopia to have a real flow. Like I said previously, it feels like an album. And like I said, people who aren't even fans of Travis still tuned into this album because it was a moment, and people who didn't even like the album are still talking about it. And with Travis going on a world tour, this discussion is going to carry on for a long time. Utopia doesn't feel like a playlist, like a bunch of songs just thrown together. Each track has a purpose, and the album actually feels like an experience, something that can't be said for a lot of albums these huge artists are just pumping out nowadays. Anyway, I'm glad a mainstream album has got people feeling this way. It feels like a rare thing in 2023, but it's great to see an album having some actual conversation behind it, people having actual discussions about the music. Anyway, let me know what you think about Utopia in the comments below, and be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you did enjoy, and thank you.